Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you the only way to get new clients as a recruitment agency in 2026. New Year's coming around and I want you guys to be equipped with the latest and greatest going on in the industry of AI and automation and how you can use that to get new clients as a recruitment agency. Alright, now trust me, the stuff I'm about to show you is like stuff you've never ever seen before, and you will take away at least something new that you did not know before from this video. Alright, so firstly, who am I? I'm Shrey. I'm the founder of AI. We are an AI automation agency which works specifically with recruitment agencies around the world. We help them automate recruitment and lead gen workflows in their business so that they don't have to hire more people and slow their business down. All right. So before we even get into the solution, let's talk about existing methods of lead generation. Firstly is the standard cold calling method, where you or somebody in biz dev is constantly scanning for new job posts on Indeed, LinkedIn, and trying to get a hold of the HR or decision maker at the company. So typically how that works is like you would spend your day like on job posts, you will scroll, okay, new job, okay, let me try to find the phone number of the founder or the HR or whoever. You're typically met with receptionists and other gatekeepers, and it's very time consuming. I've probably done around like 500 cold calls like to get clients this way, but I only managed to get one, which is absurd, which is not practical at all, right? So that's the first method. The second method is the most common, which I see right now, which is randomly connecting with HRs on LinkedIn. You have your ICP, let's say it's IT companies with 200 to 500 employees hiring a specific type of engineer, okay, whatever. And then you are just randomly connecting with all HRs from that company. Like, it's insane. Like, you're just connecting and you're sending them the message. Now, if you think about it, there is no barrier of entry to doing that method. Literally, like 7 other recruiters could do the same thing, and HRs are tired of receiving the same messages again from recruitment agencies saying that they can give them candidates, blah, blah, blah. It's too saturated. Too means like too saturated, okay? And I mean, yeah, like you're not gonna get any spectacular results from it, which is probably why you're watching this video as well. The third method I see being done right now is cold emailing to CEOs, founders, all of that. Again, it's the same generic message. I saw you had a job post open. We can help you hire the right type of people, all of that, blah, blah, blah. Again, you're gonna have like less than 0.5% reply rates, and half of those will be negative replies. So it's gonna be pretty abysmal for you. Okay, now these are really the only relevant methods which most agencies are using at the moment, and they all have the problem, which is saturation. Okay, it's too saturated and it has a time problem. Okay, with the cold calling, it takes so much of your time. You can maximum make like 50 cold calls a day, and then you'll be exhausted after that. With the method of connecting with HRs and stuff, you are limited by LinkedIn connection limits as well here. And the third method is again like inefficient, too saturated, okay, where it's like cold emailing CEOs and HRs. Now in this video, I am going to be presenting to you the signal based client acquisition method. Now let me present to you 2 questions. What if you knew a company is hiring before they even make a job post? Okay, and what if you knew the second somebody left the company or somebody joined the company? What if you knew that in advance, so you could reach out to them, reach out to the decision makers at the company, because these are 2 potential hiring signals. When somebody's leaving a company, it means that they're gonna have to maybe replace them, or if somebody's joining the company, it probably means that the company is expanding and they're gonna be looking for more people as well. And if you think about it, a lot of companies don't even post job posts anymore, right? It's because like everyone knows now job posts are pretty much useless. If you post a job post, you're gonna have like, okay, let's say 500 applications, but like a bunch of them are like garbage. Like 99% of them are garbage, because we have people right now who just like click apply on every single job that they can find right now, and it's not effective at all. So most companies are completely opting out of it. So if you are somehow able to find companies that have these various hiring signals, and you are the only one who will be able to detect them, you are sitting on top of a huge gold mine. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating, it's a huge gold mine if you can identify these hiring signals before anyone else. Specifically, which signals are we talking about? So One signal is the job post signal. Okay, when a company uploads a job post, you will instantly know, and instantly an automation will reach out to the decision maker at the company. The other signal is company employee changes, which means that you are constantly scanning for the number of employees in the company. And as soon as we realize somebody's left the company or somebody new has joined the company, that is a strong hiring signal that you can take advantage of, which means that like you can instantly reach out to the decision maker. There's not even a job posted yet, and you can get a huge edge in that case. The third method of signal based acquisition is where you have a list of job titles. Let's say you are a recruitment agency which only works with software engineers, Java. Now, if you are using this method, you would have you'd be scanning the internet basically for new job posts with the job title Java senior engineer, like software engineer, whatever. And then based on job titles, you're reaching out to the decision makers of those job posts. Okay. And then finally is website career pages. Okay. Website career pages, it's like where on the actual company page, like the career page, you're gonna see like new job posts coming up. Usually job posts are posted there first before on LinkedIn or Indeed or anywhere else. Okay. Now, before we even talk about how to like automate this, we need to understand like how we would manually do this. Okay. So everyone agrees like these are great acquisition methods. If we knew that somebody is going to leave the company and we're going to target them, or they're going to post a job post and we're going to target them, that would be amazing. The problem is that it's impossible to do it manually. If you have a target list of, let's say, 500 companies or even 100 companies, and I gave you the task of just constantly monitoring for new job posts every single hour for all the 100 companies, how tedious would that be? How difficult would that be? How time consuming would that be? It's pretty much impossible. Like no one in their right mind is going to do that. Okay. And if I at the same time told you for these 100 companies, I want you to monitor company employee changes 24/7, your mind's going to be blown. Like you'll not be able to handle this number of employee like changes monitoring. You'll have to manage like hundreds of Excel sheets, all that. It would be a nightmare. Okay. The only way we can achieve these acquisition systems is using automation. So I hope that is very clear. If you're gonna go out and try to do this, you're gonna fall flat on your face. Okay. It's just not gonna work out for you. Okay. And before we even talk about the automation, I've seen one crucial mistake which a lot of companies have made, which is, let's say we find 5 decision makers at a company which we want to reach out to. You will instantly reach out to all of them and you'll get no replies. And also there's one more thing, which is knowing who the decision maker is in the first place. You want to know the right people to reach out to. See, you don't have a reply rate problem, you have a targeting problem. Let's say you have a software engineer. It's not always that the HR is responsible for the hiring decision. It's usually somebody in the team, let's say vice president of software engineering, like whatever, I'm making it up. Usually it's somebody with the same position, but like the seniority is a bit higher. Okay. If it's a smaller company, it's going to be usually the CEO founder. If it's going to be a larger company, it's going to be somebody else within the same hierarchy, but like seniority level is higher. In a larger company, the HR departments are not always in the same country, not in the same city, all of that stuff. So let's say a job post is posted in Glasgow, but when you like actually try to find the person responsible for posting the job, they might be somewhere else because it's a global company. Okay, the person responsible for hiring this role might be in India or in Spain or somewhere else. Okay, so these are all things you wanna take in account, and I wanna right now kind of show you this in a bit more detail because I feel this is important before we even talk about how to automate this stuff. Okay, so here we have the decision maker mapping playbook, which essentially shows you a proper framework for identifying and hiring authorities and to scale business development essentially. Okay, now we're gonna skip all of this. I'm gonna link this document in the bio for you guys, but essentially we're gonna cover 4 problems right now. Okay, the wrong person problem. Okay, 67% of recruitment outreach fails because you're targeting the wrong people. Okay, then you need a proper decision maker mapping framework. Then you need to build your own custom DM system. And then you need to limit the number of decision makers you're reaching out to. So again, if you have 6 decision makers that you've identified, it would be silly to reach out to all of them at once. You look like a spammer who's like spamming the same message to all of them. It's better to space things out, maybe by a few days, a few weeks, all of that. So we're gonna break down that strategy here as well. Okay, so we're gonna skip all of this, and one sec. Yeah, so firstly, I'm discussing the wrong person problem. Okay, you're gonna message the wrong people, it's gonna be forwarded to someone else, it's not gonna work. If you reach out to the specific exact person responsible for making sure the job role gets hired, you're gonna have huge success. Okay, and usually that's the challenge. Okay, so now let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, so depending on the company size, the job category, the location of the job, we're gonna have various factors to play with. Okay, when we talk about job category, a lot of it depends on which category of job are you working with. Okay, so tech roles have different decision makers than sales or legal roles. Okay, so generic targeting fails. A software engineering hire typically goes through CTO or VP engineering, while a sales hire goes through VP sales or CRO. Legal hires require general counsel or CLO approval, and marketing roles need CMO sign-off. Without understanding these category-specific hierarchies, you end up messaging the wrong department entirely. Most recruiters make this mistake by assuming HR handles all hiring decisions regardless of the role type. So this is exactly what I briefed earlier. Then we need to consider company size as well. So a 50-person startup operates completely different than a 5,000-person enterprise when making hiring decisions. In small companies, founders and CEOs are involved with most hiring decisions, even for the junior roles. Mid-sized companies develop specialized hiring managers and department heads with real authority. Large enterprises have complex approval chains with regional VPs, SVPs, and C-suite involvements for senior positions. Okay, so the same job title at different company sizes requires completely different decision maker targeting. Generic outreach that doesn't account for company size wastes time on people without proper authority levels. Okay, so you also want to make sure, like, based on the company size, you're reaching out to the right type of person. Okay, then we have role seniority. Junior hires have a different approval chain compared to VP level positions, yet most recruiters target the same people regardless. A junior sales manager hire might only need sales manager approval, while a VP sales hire requires C-suite involvement. Director level positions typically need VP approval, while C-suite roles often require board level sign-off. The higher the seniority, the more senior decision makers become involved in the process. Without security mapping, you either over target senior people for junior roles or under target for executive positions. Okay, another thing you want to keep in mind, that you want to reach out to the right level of seniority depending on the type of job role itself. Okay, then we have the geographic location. Decision makers might be local, regional, or global depending on the company structure and role requirements. Some companies centralize all hiring decisions at headquarters, while others distribute authority to regional offices. A job posted in London might have decision makers in London, throughout the UK, or even globally, depending on the company structure. Local decision makers understand market conditions better, but might not have the final budget authority. Okay, so again, we want to account for all of this as well when it comes to location. So how are you going to know? Like, are you going to sit down and manually go through every company and find out where their HR headquarters are? Like, you're not going to be able to do that realistically. Okay, so these are some decision maker mapping frameworks that we covered. Now we need to briefly cover the decision maker limiting strategy as well. Now, what this essentially says is, depending on the company size, we want to reach out to the right number of people at the company. So let's say if it's a 10 employee company and you identify 4 employees that are responsible for decision making, it would be silly to reach out to all 4 when it's like a 10-person company, because everyone knows each other, everyone knows like what's going on in general, everyone knows about everything. If you're going to send the same message to 4 different people which are closely connected to each other, you're going to miss your chances. Okay, so right now, so if the company you're targeting has 2 to 10 employees, then you just reach out to the founder or CEO. Okay. If it's 11 to 50, you reach out to two to three key people at the business. 50 to 200, then you reach out to 4. If it's 200 to 500, 6. If it's 500 to 1000, then 10. And then if it's 1000 to 5000, then it's 15 people at the company. So that's kind of how it works. Yeah. So I've written it here as well. 2 to 10 employees, 1 person, target maybe the founder or CEO. If we go all the way up, if it's like a huge company, 5000 plus, then you want to reach out to a lot of different type of people, which is whether it's regional heads, global VPs, HR shared services, procurement specialists, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So why this framework works is because it's like hitting the right person at the right time, and it's appropriate. It's not spamming everyone at once, and it's very strategic with its approach. Okay. So I want to go over one practical example before I actually show you how to build this as well. So let's say you let's say you have like a senior data scientist role in London, which is a 800 person fintech company. Okay. So job category is going to be data science, seniority senior. This is the company size, London, people limit 10. Okay. So you want to reach out to 10 people at the company. So first we're going to search for these roles. If nothing is found, then we expand the search geographically. Okay. And if nothing is found, we keep finding. So this is what the automation logic is basically. And this is the whole process. Let's go over it. So first we define the search. Okay, we define the primary decision makers. So these are some primary titles and some backup titles. Then we have geographic search order. So first it's going to be London, then it's going to be UK. If UK there's nothing, then we do like Europe. There's nothing in Europe, then we do global. And then we apply contact limits, max 10 people. Okay. Awesome. So that's how you essentially find the correct type of people. Okay. So again, like these are some of the results we've seen so far by running this. So we've gotten like 8%, 13%, 11% reply rates for the clients that we're running this for. Okay. So enough with decision maker mapping. Let's go back and actually build this stuff so you can actually start using it. Okay. You're going to learn a lot of things. Okay. So I'm going to make this so fucking easy for you guys that it's going to be amazing. Okay. So let's not waste any time. So firstly, we want to use Apollo and create a list of ICP companies. So make an Apollo account, apollo.io, go to companies. Okay. And here essentially you have all these filters. Okay. You can put lookalike companies, you can put number of employees, industry keywords, market segments, all of this, revenue, all of this. So you essentially want to build up a list of suitable companies that you ideally want to track their jobs for, their employee changes, all of that stuff. Okay. So once you have a list like this, you want to select all, apply. Okay. And you want to click export. So you want to export as CSV. All right. So once you export as CSV, it's going to show up here in admin settings. You go to all settings, and then here you go to imports and exports. Then you go to CSV exports, and then here you will see all your exports that you've done for like various companies. Now keep in mind, you will need an Apollo premium account for this. It just costs $59. If you do not have $59 to change the course of your business forever, I cannot help you. Okay. So you're going to download it and you want to just open it in your favorite Google Sheets. Okay. So you're going to just import the file that you downloaded from Apollo into Google Sheets. So just going to wait a while until that happens. And just so it makes it easier, like I always like to like select all, and then what do I do? Yeah, I resize rows and then specify row height just to make it all easier. Okay. So again, you're going to have companies like this. Okay. So once you have the Google Sheets here, the next step we're going to do is to build a job scanning type of thing, which scans for new jobs for these companies. Okay. So we need another software now, which is called Appify. Okay. And specifically we want to open this actor. So the way you do it is you go to appify.com, you create an account obviously, and then you can search for advanced LinkedIn job scraper. Okay. So I'm going to just search it for this Appify store advanced LinkedIn job scraper. The one that we are using is by Harvest API. Okay. So make sure you open that one. Okay. Amazing part about this is you can put in companies here. So let's say I'm going to put in company LinkedIn's. Let's say I'm going to put, for example, these 10. Okay. I'm going to put these 10 for now. So all of these. Okay. So I'm going to make it bulk edit. And then I'm going to use these 10 companies as an example. And I want to get the jobs that they've posted within the last 24 hours. So I don't like, if I'm very excited, I could do 1 hour, but let's just do 1 month for this example, because, or let me just do 1 week. Let's see if we get anything. Okay, so once you just fill this in, make sure everything else is empty, and you copy my exact steps here and just click save and start, right? And it usually takes a while. If there is any jobs, it's gonna get them. If there's not any jobs, it's not gonna get them. It's gonna be an empty output. So let's just wait a while. We'll be back once we have some results. So within this past week, I don't think anyone's posted anything. So we're gonna select 1 month and let's see if we have any jobs showing up. Okay, you know what? So when you actually run this, you wanna come to runs. And since these ones don't have any jobs right now, I'm gonna go to run, which I did, which actually had jobs showing up. So I'll just show you how that looks. So 1 sec. Result 0, result 0. Yeah, 1 job. We got 1 job here. So this is how it works. So when you have a run which actually has some output, it's gonna show up here. Oh my god, it disappeared. Okay, it's here. So when you get some jobs showing up, so you can just open these, like open this like this, go to output, and then you can see what the job was. Okay, and you can simply export these jobs as a CSV and you can download them. And in the same way, you can just open it up in Google Sheets and like play around with it. So I'm going to show you like, okay, once we found the actual job, how do we actually find the decision makers properly as well? Okay, so you can see this job right here. I'm going to make it a bit smaller so it's easier to see. So yeah, so you can see the apply URL, you get the all sorts of things. You get there's lots of useless rows. Let's say you get the company URL. I think you get the job URL as well. Where is it? Company website. That's the website. Yeah, LinkedIn URL. So yeah, that's the exact job that it scraped. So you can see that over here. So this was posted like 1 hour ago, and you have all the details about the job here. Okay, so now how would you go ahead and actually like find the decision makers? Again, we use Apollo once again. Okay, so here instead of companies, we now go to people, and then in the company we just make sure it is the company that we wanna do this for. So Vendavo, and then you just play around with the I don't need any of this right now. You can remove all this, company lookalikes. Yeah, so now you play around with the job title. So you would put something based on the decision maker mapping framework, which I showed you. You're gonna put the relevant stuff, but just for this example, so it's easier, I would put HR. Okay, there's no HR, so I'll try like another title. Let's say human resources. Okay, no one is there. Then maybe talent acquisition. Okay, we have 4 people. That's amazing. And let's check where they are from. Location is Karnataka, India. So yeah, you can see this one might be a good one to reach out to potentially, because she's from the same state and she might be responsible for the job. Okay, and it's very simple. Like you just then like access their emails. Okay, and then you can like easily reach out to them with your favorite like automation software, or you could manually send them messages. Okay, now even though this whole method which I showed you is super efficient, it's very nice. You learned about like, you know, how Apollo works, how Appify works, all of that to scrape jobs and stuff. It's still a lot of manual work, which we ideally do not want to do, right? So we actually do this for our clients, but it's fully automated. So you won't have to do the manual search here. You don't have to like run this every single time for 10 different companies. You don't have to do the decision making search over here. You don't have to like import this into Google Sheets and like play around and mess around. It automatically does the search. Okay, it does the scanning 24/7. Within 1 hour, it finds the decision makers. It reaches out to them respectfully. If there's multiple decision makers found, it spaces out the actual like conversation as well, all of that. And it automatically crafts a personalized message as well. So let me show you what that looks like as well. So, okay, so you can see here on my screen. So Suga, I'll show you here. For example, he's the structured finance manager, was identified as a potential decision makers for this company and specifically for, I think, this job. Okay, this job right here. Okay, so it's an accountant role. So it identified him as the potential decision maker. Okay, and we are drafting a personalized message for him as well. Okay, so saw you're hiring a senior accountant. Okay, fully personalized, blah 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 blah. Can I send some matching profiles your way? So It's a method which has gotten us like over 10% reply rate so far, and it absolutely works. Okay, and you can see here there's a priority rank as well. So Suga is number 1 priority, then is Ravi, then is Stefan, and it even creates a scheduled send date. So first we want to reach out to Suga, his message has been sent. If he doesn't reply, then we send Ravi a message, then we send Stefan a message. Okay, so this is how it works, and this is exactly what we do for our clients on a day-to-day basis. And basically this video was to show you how the job scanning method works, where we are continuously scanning for job posts. The next video will be about how to continuously monitor employee changes. So this was part 1. This is going to be a 4-part series, and part 2 is going to show you like how to scan for employee changes and all that stuff. So basically, yeah, like I tried my best in this video to like easily explain how anyone can get into this, but it's just a matter of like scaling it. So if you still want to scale it, you're gonna definitely need some automation experience, automation knowledge to pull this off and actually get some amazing results from it. If you do not want to figure it out yourself and want a plug and play solution right now, which is already done by someone like me, you can go down below and schedule a call with me, and I will be on the call, and like we'll kind of work on how we could implement this solution for you. Completely optional. You can still kind of figure it out on your own, but yeah, that's completely optional. So that's all for the video. Thanks for watching, and if you got some value out of it, just sub to the channel and you can like the video as well. That's all. See you in the next one. Bye bye.